You've all heard about the Somali Civil War, but what if I told you the United States was responsible for this conflict? Today I'm going to talk about how the United States destabilized Somalia. Let's go back to the late 1970s. At the time, Somalia and Ethiopia are fighting a war against each other. Ethiopia is backed by the Soviet Union, so of course Somalia is going to be backed by the United States. At the time, the leader of Somalia was President Barre. He engages in gross human rights abuses as well as the genocide of the Isaac clan. He does this all with the backing of the United States. By 1991, Barre is overthrown and different groups in Somalia end up fighting each other in what becomes, right now, the Somali Civil War. One group starts to rise to prominence. This is the Somali National Alliance. Now, this group is controversial. They're accused of attacking UN peacekeepers, but they provide a certain degree of stability, and they go even a little further. In 1993, the group holds a conference, and they host many prominent leaders in Somalia, as well as leaders of rival groups, and they want to negotiate some sort of terms of peace. Now, the United States, in their view, they think this was a meeting of terrorists. So what does the United States do during this peace conference? They bomb the conference. They kill many of the leaders and as well as many civilians. Now, after this happens, peace is really not possible because any attempt to do so might lead to a bombing from the United States. So Somalia would not actually even go to see any stability until 2006. What happens then? Well, in 2006, there's another group that emerges. This is called the Islamic Courts Union. Now, the Islamic Courts Union is also a controversial group. They're considered extreme, but they developed this court system that helps to resolve disputes between individuals and groups. And the Islamic Courts Union provides a lot of stability, and many Somalis actually look at this time period quite fondly as a time where there's a bit of peace across the decades of otherwise civil war. Well, in the United States' view, the Islamic Courts Union is again a terrorist group. The United States backs Ethiopia to go invade Somalia and quash the Islamic Courts Union. Now, that, of course, is a short-term success. What ends up happening is the group Al-Shabaab emerges. This is a group that is affiliated with Al-Qaeda. Now, I want to talk about today because Al-Shabaab has now risen to prominence. They control a lot of Somalia. The United States is now engaging in a bombing campaign of Al-Shabaab in the hopes of destroying them. But I would say that history has shown us something different, that every single time the United States has intervened, there's only been more chaos and more instability in Somalia. Now, I hope that this one day stops and Somalia can see peace and prosperity. We've seen historically that they've really tried, but no thanks to the United States.